You think betrayal looks like attack. It doesn't. If danger came at you from the front, you would see it. You would defend yourself. You would fight back. But the worst betrayal never comes from the front. It comes from the side, from behind, from the person you let close enough to reach your blind spot. It happens in ordinary moments, at dinner, in private conversations, in laughter. You share your plans, your fears, your weaknesses with someone you believe is on your side, and that is exactly why their betrayal cuts deep. Because strangers do not destroy you. Strangers do not have access. Only trusted people do. Afterward, you torture yourself with the same questions. How did I not see it? How did I miss the signs? Why did I trust them? But here is the uncomfortable truth. In many cases, the signs were there. You just explained them away. You saw the pauses, the contradictions, the moments that felt slightly off. But you chose comfort over clarity. That is not stupidity. That is human nature. Most people move through life with a dangerous assumption. They believe others think like they do. If they are loyal, they assume loyalty. If they are honest, they expect honesty back. Machiavelli understood this. He wrote about the world as it is. People are often unstable, self-serving, and opportunistic. Blind trust is an expensive mistake. Stop trusting feelings alone. Stop trusting charm. Start watching patterns, because behavior tells the truth long before words do. There are 3 specific patterns you should never ignore. These people rarely look dangerous. They often look warm, open, and virtuous. The first type is the one who opens up too fast. At first, this person feels refreshing. They seem honest, raw, emotionally deep. Within days, they are sharing deeply personal trauma, their terrible ex, their darkest secret, something far too personal for how little time has passed. You think, this person must trust me. We must have a real connection. But often, that is not connection. It is acceleration. Once they hand you something personal, a silent pressure appears. Now you feel compelled to give back. You reveal your own struggles. Healthy trust builds slowly. It develops through time and tested character. It does not erupt on command because someone dumped their pain in your lap. If they overshare with you immediately, they may overshare about you just as easily with the next person. Watch carefully. The danger becomes obvious the moment you set a boundary. You say, "I can't talk right now." And suddenly the warmth disappears. Now you get guilt, coldness, passive aggression. That reaction reveals everything. Their vulnerability was not a gift. It was a tool. The second type is the person who is always neutral when loyalty is required. They appear calm, balanced, mature. They say, "I don't want to get involved. I can see both sides." But sometimes neutrality is just cowardice dressed as maturity. Pay attention to when someone clearly disrespects you. Your friend sees it. But when the moment comes to speak clearly, they hesitate. They sacrifice loyalty for convenience. If someone refuses to stand beside you when you are right, do not expect them to stand when stakes are higher. They betray you with absence. They disappear when support costs something. They become vague when clarity matters. They become diplomatic when courage is required. A person who needs to be liked by everyone cannot be loyal to anyone for long. Loyalty eventually creates friction. Loyalty closes doors. The third type is the person who advertises their goodness. This is the moral performer. They constantly tell you who they are. "I'm an empath. I'm brutally honest. I'm just a good person." Be careful with people who repeatedly announce their character. Genuine character usually does not need marketing. A truly kind person does not build a stage around their kindness. The manipulator builds a public identity that sounds noble. Meanwhile, their behavior tells a different story. They preach kindness, but humiliate others. They use their image as armor. If you notice a lie, they act offended. How could you question them? After all they do. Do not make that mistake. A performance is not character. A brand is not virtue. Ask yourself what they are trying to hide. Why do people keep letting these types in? Because they want to believe. They want harmony. They want to avoid the pain of misjudgment. Stop asking what someone says they meant and start asking what their behavior produces. Does this person create guilt? Do they vanish under pressure? Pressure exposes structure. A strong bridge survives weight. A weak one cracks. People reveal their nature when things no longer go their way. You do not need a dramatic confrontation. Withdraw slowly, reduce access, shorten conversations, stop volunteering personal information. As you grow older, your circle should not simply grow larger. It should grow cleaner. Fewer people, better people, more proof. The goal is not paranoia. The goal is precision. Trust less in what people declare. Trust more in what they repeatedly do. Turn the lens on yourself. Have you ever used pain to control? Stayed neutral for comfort? Cared more about looking good than being good? Power is seeing clearly. Motives, patterns, and character without charm distorting judgment. Walk quietly. Watch closely. Never ignore the small behaviors revealing the big truth.